Hey, everybody. Um, Good afternoon, evening, wherever you're at. Um, Whatever, good morning, whatever the case, because I know YouTube is everywhere. It's not just everywhere. Hint, hint. So, anyway, I'm glad everybody could be here. Jan is with me today.
Hey, Steve. Hey, everybody.
So, unfortunately, if you think of the intro that I just used, anybody that was a kid or a teenager in the 70s might pick up on the intro. It has to do with a group, pretty well known group actually. The person that was the head of the group was of a part of another group in the 60s. The only hint that I can give is the Fab Four. That might help you out.
Slightly good hint.
Um, the song itself that I use the intro of has a very bicentennial sound. So, yes, it is from 1976. But unfortunately, due to copyright issues, as much as I would like to say, play more of it, they won't allow me to do that. So that was the only part of the song I could take.
Steve, I so hear you on this. I so understand you on this, or getting into that. That's its own show. Trust me. But, Steve, I
Yeah.
have to mention something really important just to mention. I may be receiving a delivery at a moment's notice. And
Okay.
if that happens, I'll mute and walk away for a brief second and run right back to the show. I'm just warning the viewers of that so it doesn't look like I'm vacating the premises.
Yeah. Yeah. No, because the subject matter for today, or whenever you guys are hearing this, is about shopping, Christmas shopping, really any type of shopping in general. You know,
Yes, yes, yes,
so
yes, yes. Steve, thanks for having me on, and I
yeah,
appreciate you getting to have like a blurb about this. You know what bothers me, Steve? Everyone knows that Christmas falls on the same date every single year. There's
yeah,
never a changeover. Like some years, Memorial Day could be on May 28th. Some days, Memorial Day could be on May 30th. You see where I'm going with this? But Christmas is fixed on what? December 25th. Now, it might seem really weird that here we are talking about holiday shopping, gift shopping, Christmas shopping, whatever you want to call it, what's apropos for you in the middle of when? July. Yeah. You know what, Steve? I cannot believe that we are already on the flip side of the second part of the year. Steve, has it ever been your experience that once you get to July and hit August, that all of a sudden we're like on this like downhill swing all the way, right?
pretty much. Now, for those that that may or may not know, my birthday, just like Christmas, is always going to be the 31st of October. But the 31st of October might be a different day of the week, but it's always going to be the 31st, no matter.
Not getting moved.
No.
The date of your birth date is not getting moved.
Right. Any other holiday like Memorial Day, Thanksgiving, that can be any, as whatever day, because it's always going to be on a Thursday. That's one thing about Thanksgiving. It'll always fall on a Thursday, but the day of the week can be different. And my sister, her birthday, as in fact, this year, her birthday falls on Thanksgiving. And
Oh, wow. Cool.
yeah, and I happened to ask her one time, I said, "Well, how do you feel about having a Thanksgiving birthday when it happens?" She says, "Oh, I love it. It's great. It's fantastic. The gathering, the get together." She
It's
says the
festival.
birthday is really nice. And I can see that,
Yeah.
the wholesomeness or whatever you want to call it. So, but as far as shopping goes in general, though, you can do that. Don't everybody has to, most people think, oh, I'm going to go Christmas shopping. I'm going to start on Black Friday. Bad mistake. Don't do that.
I
If you
remember
want,
one year you did it, you were like in total regret because you had mentioned it to me a long time ago that you were like never going to do
well,
it again.
well, yeah, I don't think you knew me at that point. I
No, I
might have.
didn't know you yet. No.
Well, what happened was, is I had a neighbor at the time. This was Thanksgiving of '08. And she said, "By the way, I'm going to go Black Friday shopping. You wanna go with me?" Yeah, sure, sure, why not? She said, "Well, what I'll do is I'll come to your driveway and I'll honk the horn." Of course, I'm thinking she's going to come pick me up about this hour, right? Oh, no. 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Beep, beep. Okay. So
No.
good thing, so good thing I went to bed about 9:30 or 10,
Right.
so I was able to pick up about 6, 7 hours. That way I was not a complete washout. So I went, and let me tell you, um, I didn't buy anything. I went to about 4 different stores: Target, Walmart, the Exchange on Base, and we went to Sports Authority. I'm not even sure if they're still around anymore. But anyway, we went to these 4 stores. I'm not going Let me tell you guys, if you want to do any kind of shopping, let me save you the time and trouble. By that point, you should be doing last minute shopping. Stick with Cyber Monday. You're in front of a computer,
Yeah.
you're getting the same merchandise,
Yeah.
but you don't have to fight over a $20 DVD player like I heard about before.
No, I'm not fond of the stampede thing. No, no, absolutely not. And the reason why, Steve, I brought up that Christmas is exactly on the 25th every year is that it should be no shock to us in terms of in so much as we can prepare. Is it weird to go holiday shopping in July? Not really. And I'll tell you what, I don't know about you, Steve, but I'm not the type that likes to get overwhelmed. And actually, there are 2 gifts in mind. I can't mention them because in case a loved one is watching,
Yeah,
2 gifts in mind that I'm about this close to making the purchase. Now, why? Because I saw a really good price on those gifts.
yeah,
So strike while the iron is hot.
hot. Yeah, yeah.
Steve, I don't know. I can't deal with 11th hour shopping. I just don't like
Mm-mm,
it. Now,
mm-mm.
some people thrive on it, Steve. Some people prefer that. Personally, myself, no, because I always feel like I'm going to forget someone. I don't want to forget anyone. I like to be prepared. And anyway, just thinking about that time of the year, even in the middle of the heat and everything, it just feels more fun for some reason. Because the summer is kind of like, okay, we did 4th of July and it's a little while of Labor Day. So summer is like, kind of like, so, spice it up a little bit. Let's start thinking about the fall, which will be here actually before we know it.
Yeah, it
Steve, I
will.
saw some outerwear at a great price. You know why? Because it's July. Nobody's thinking about buying a coat in July. So I saw something that was a pretty good price, and I'm just saying that anybody should look like right now for those things when you're
Okay,
not of outerwear.
I am one that is a fan of that. Um, if you can buy opposite season clothing, like winter clothes in the summer, summer clothes in the winter, you are going to get better prices. There
Yes.
are a couple of shirts that I've worn on videos in the past, some that I still have from like 2010, 2009, that I got at JC Penney that was like 65, 70% off in December,
Yeah.
that are normally 25, $30 shirts. I got them for like $7, $8.
Oh my gosh, that's a steal of a deal.
So, yes, I encourage all of you, you hit on a good thing. Shop for clothes opposite season because you will get more discounts if it
Yes,
does
and
work.
that includes. Do you like, Steve, to look at those, as they call them, ugly Christmas sweaters during the actual height of the holiday season? Ugly, as they call them, Christmas sweaters can go from the sublime to the ridiculous in price.
Yeah.
Now is the time because it's the opposite in July. No one's really thinking about buying or wearing an ugly Christmas sweater unless you're wearing it as a goof on Christmas in July, which is coming up very soon.
Mhm.
But now's the time to start looking for them. They're a lot of fun. They're festive. You could get a couple for a lot cheaper right now.
You can. A lot. That's why a lot of I haven't been to the malls in a little while, but I'm pretty sure if I went to J.C. Penney, which or Belk or any of those department stores that are usually found in the mall, even a Dillard's, even though that can be pricey, because the mall's just right up the street from them. I mean, I've got all the stores, J.C. Penney, all of those, and a lot of the time, if you go in there and look, go to your clearance racks. And your sweaters that you were talking about, I have seen in the past. Yeah, I who wouldn't want to buy a $40 sweater for $10, $11, even as high as 15. I'd rather pay I'd rather pay $15 for a Christmas sweater with reindeers and Santa and green and all the like the colors we have here for 15 instead of paying 45 or 50 when it's in peak season.
Yes. And you can even find those at yard sales, garage sales.
You can.
People are not wired really thinking about it, but the frugal person, and I consider myself a frugal person, was I always frugal? No, that's its own show. But in the last 35 to 40 years, I taught myself to be frugal. I don't even want to get into the things I used to be wasteful on, with money years ago. But without realizing it, I called myself young and dumb at that time. I really, but now I'm a completely different person. 35 years, 40 years, definitely frugal, and definitely now is the time to strike while the iron is hot. So you think summer, think Christmas gifts.
Yes, another store that's good about marking stuff down. A good friend of mine worked there about 6-7 years ago. Stores like Walmart, Target, along those lines.
Yeah,
they will mark down toys in the middle of the year. They'll discount them.
Nice.
So if you're looking to purchase toys for like kids and babies, little, newborns, any type of toys, get them like pretty much now, like June, July, August, because the sales are always out there all year. You just have to know how to look for them, but they're there.
They're there. And not only for Christmas gifting, Steve, for all year round gifting. For example, my birthday occurs in December. So that person that's looking for Christmas gifts now might decide to look for my birthday gift because it's in the same season and they're going to get a discount. And I don't blame anyone. Thank you so much. I'm just saying that this is a great idea. So there's really no reason to wait till the 11th hour. What I don't like, Steve, is a lot of people are sensitive to this. They fall into credit card debt in December because it's last minute and they get all overwhelmed with everything. And they get hyped up with the music, with the sounds. Yeah, it looks pretty, the lights, everything. And they forget. And I say this speech every year, and you might remember me saying it. January still comes. Bill, after all the hoopla, January still comes. So why have that kind of a beginning of the year again? Let's avoid that trap.
Well, what people should do when it comes to holiday shopping, any type of shopping, let's say if you want to use a charge card, do this. Sit down. I'm not going to spend no more than on this person, no more than on that. Let's say you have 5 people you're going to shop for. Or do like what I do. It's the thought that counts, and then they're able to go out and purchase whatever I'm big on the gift card.
Oh, yeah.
So when I sit down, I say, I'm going to spend this amount on a gift card, this amount, that amount. Or if you want to go the gift route, know how much you want to spend on the person. Then if you put it on your credit card, then that sticker shock, so to speak, won't look so bad when January does come along.
I love that idea because what you're effectively saying, Steve, and I agree with that, is to pre-plan a holiday budget, an allotment exclusive to the holidays. Even if you don't go physically shopping to the store in the summer for stuff, at least figure out where you at in your, let's say, Christmas club funding. Some people had started that. I'd suggested a few months ago. If you haven't started yet, it's still not too late. You could start saving $20 a week or whatever.
Hmm.
Plan a number. Maybe you only want to work with $200 this year. Maybe you only want to work with $300 or $400. Whatever it is, work with that number now, so you don't get, like Steve said, sticker shock later on. Very good. I like that idea, Steve.
Well, if you think about something based on what you just said, if you set $20 aside, most months have 4 weeks. And let's say July, August, September, let's say you want to start doing your shopping in September, which is not a bad time.
No.
That right there, if you 20, 40, 60, 80 times 3, you've already got what? $240 already set aside.
You're ahead of the game. I like that. We would be ahead of the game, and you feel more relaxed. And if you had $200 and say, or $300, and you say, you know what, I'm going to get a lot of my stuff mainly at the dollar type store, and I'm going to create a gift basket, you could have a ball with that amount of money, in my honest.
Yeah. Don't overlook things that you can get at the dollar store, Dollar Tree. I'll tell you why. Something that you might pay $5, $6, $7, $8 for at Walmart, Target, or similar, you can pick up for $1.25 at the. I'll tell you one thing I've bought that's pretty nice. I've bought some nice silverware. I've bought some cooking utensils. It's fairly nice. In fact, I've got $1.25 spatula in my hand.
I like that.
And it says McCormick on it. Now, if you went to Walmart and bought this same exact spatula, you're going to pay $7, $8, maybe $10 for it. I have a feeling. So
that's really nice. I like the width on that, like part of the spatula,
right.
That's flipping. Very good.
Right. I use that for like pancakes, French toast, scrambled eggs, regular eggs, so I've got, but I only paid $1.25. I've got that, and I got a ladle that you could,
You know what you just remind me of? A person can make a gifting kind of a basket or stocking. You'd like to buy all things in that category, the spatula, the ladle, little things in one category for like 10 or $15, and they have a very thought-filled gift right there.
Yeah, you can. You've got pizza cutters that are there. You've got your choice. You've also got metal ones too. I would have gotten a metal one, except I couldn't find I wanted one that had a wide, but I couldn't find one. They were all, sort of on the skinny side, so I overlooked it. But you can do that. You could get 4, 5, 6 different cooking utensils, make a basket of it.
Steve, hang on one.
Okay. Yeah, you can go and get an assortment of, as I was saying, of, the cooking utensils. You could get 4 or 5. You could spend, $5, $6, $6.20. Let's say you buy 5 pieces, that's $6.25. You could literally make a type of basket out of it and give it as a gift. I don't know of anybody that can't use kitchen utensils. It's something that we always need. They've also got some nice, I've bought them in the past, both metal and plastic. They've also got nice slotted spoons as well that you could also go and buy, and maybe if you wanted to add that to it. So definitely consider, if you can, don't always go to a department store and purchase an item. Consider going to the dollar store or someplace like that and purchase.
Thanks, Steve.
Okay. Well, I definitely had them covered.
I was listening to you.
Oh, so you heard. Okay. I didn't know if I was still coming through when you were on mute. So
yeah, no, I muted my end, but I was able to hear you.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
So that's what people can do.
Yes, the options are there. And I like what you just said regarding department stores and all that stuff. So that was good.
Hmm.
But excuse me. The thing is this: we have the quote extra time now, so why waste it? And you don't even have to get 10 things. And Steve is right on earlier before the bell rang about don't overlook the options at the dollar type stores. There are so many things you can get, including, remember the other day we mentioned like the gift wrapping, the bags, all of that stuff. And that's very, very important savings.
Well, yes, you know, I've got my sister pretty much in Dollar Tree or dollar store cruise control when it comes to that, because that's the only place she'll go now. Thanks to me, I said, why are you spending $4, $5, $6 again back at the department stores? Well, you can come here and get it for buck 25. Now it's $1.25, but back then you can get it for $1. Wrapping paper, tape, any of that. I mean, a lot of the time, paper is only going to be used once anyway, unless you're careful about how you. I know some people like to reuse wrapping paper if it's taken out properly, but for $1 it won't matter. But things like that, gift bags, anything associated to wrapping. I bought so many things that I could think of at the Dollar Tree. I've bought coffee cups there.
Yes.
Nice coffee cups for $1.25. Some that you would pay $3, $4, $5, $6, $8 for elsewhere.
You just reminded me of something, Steve. Speaking of gifts, one year someone bought a really beautiful coffee mug and they stuck in, like those little instant coffee packages. A couple of the packages were in the cup, and there were a couple of other things, maybe like sweeteners, whatever. They just made it so beautifully, and some cookies wrapped in it and wrapped it up. Cute little gift. You could easily do that. You don't have to have a huge basket. You could even give something like that, like let's say to a teacher gift. I know I used to get a lot of nice gifts when I was a teacher.
Yeah.
Honestly, I love those teacher gifts. So the teachers really appreciate that. I'm just, mentioning that little point. So we can get started now. We don't have to wait. That's the good news.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So, anyway, hopefully that gives all of you guys a little bit of incentive, a little bit of idea. But it really does matter too, where you also go and do your shopping as well. Don't just, oh, I'm going here. Okay, there's nothing wrong with going there, wherever there may be.
Right.
But don't always think there is always the place to go. Stop and, I might, because you got, like I said, there's so many stores, so many different stores that you can go to.
That's true, because with the more time, Steve, you're opening up more options because you have that extra time to look around and explore those options. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
All right.
Somebody I know has an anniversary coming up very soon.
Right. You have, in fact, it's also my dad's birthday as well. On
Happy
the
birthday and
22nd.
heaven to your dad.
Yeah. He would have been 84, but anyway, on the 22nd of July, meant to say it earlier, but so much happened that I wasn't expecting that.
I expected that bell to ring. I just knew it.
Well, you have an anniversary coming up on July 22nd. It'll be 5 years that you've been on YouTube.
My lucky number, Steve.
Yeah, good old 5. And if I'm not mistaken, not that I'm trying to be Mr. Big Mouth over here, I believe one of our subscribers, I think we both have this particular person, shares number 5 with you as well, if I'm not
As
mistaken.
being a lucky number, right?
Right.
Yes.
So, me, I have to wait until October, which mine's not as far away as you think.
Not at all.
If you think about it, because this is being recorded on Thursday, July 13th, and it's about 11:45, almost lunchtime. So that's why I said earlier when my neighbor came to take me to Black Friday, that's why I said this time of day, which was about 11 11:35, 11:40 at that point when we were in the video. But this will be up, you know, tomorrow going into Saturday. I want to go ahead and let everybody know that. I will mention in the community tab, so please, even though that's already will be done beforehand, this will be notified by everybody that this will be in the community tab. That the video will be on, that the both of us are going to be there. So.
And the other thing, Steve, I'm super excited, and Steve will be with me. We're going to be pre-recording my special anniversary special show. It's going to consist of trivia questions about my channel. Steve and I are going to announce the questions during the show, and we hope you can participate. It'll be a lot of fun. And we hope, with our fingers crossed, that we'll get to pre-record that over this real-time weekend, upcoming real-time weekend, but it will air at some point. I don't know the time. I may go for the evening on that one, Steve, on July 22. So I'll announce the time closer to it. And it's possible that there will be, or probable that there should be, a premiere. So feel free to join. Although I've had some premieres, Steve, in the past that were rather dismal. For example, the time I did the premiere when someone else and I did a collab, not one person showed up. And I'll be honest with you, I was really upset. That bothered me. Like, that wasn't very nice. So hopefully some people will show up for this one.
Yeah, I hope so too. Yeah, because
they all flocked to the other one. Gee, thanks.
Yeah, that's not right.
It wasn't right. It wasn't right. So I can't lie. I cannot lie. I'm just saying.
As much as I hate to say it, I'm just going to call. I'm sorry. If it's black, it's black. If it's white, it's white. There is no in between with me. But I call that, I'm sorry to say, that's favoritism.
It just wasn't right.
Sorry, but that's.
You're using the correct definition. It was like, wow, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
But I know this time around, hopefully it'll stop by.
This time it'll be different because it's solely us. Nobody else is going to know about it.
Yeah, and I will never, ever, I want to make a public announcement, Steve, if you'd be so kind and let me on your channel. I will never premiere a chat during a collab with anyone else at the same time. Because what happens there is that it splits up the audience. It's not the audience fault, really. They get confused what to do. So I was like sitting there like, really? Not one person at my premiere? I was shocked.
Yeah. No, that's
shocked. I was sadly shocked.
Well, I did show up. I didn't.
No, you were there. I saw you.
Yeah.
I know you were there.
I think I might have said a little blurb or two. I don't remember.
Yeah. But the thing is, Steve, I will never, if there's ever a collab, there will never be two premieres going on at the same time. Not happening.
No, that's a little bit of a no. That's a little bit of a no. Now, if you have a collab with somebody, let's say they do one at, let's say theirs goes up at 11, yours goes up at 11:15. At least you're spreading it out a little bit.
Yes, if that happened, maybe it would have been better. But unfortunately, it was not planned correctly.
No, if you don't plan something accordingly.
The beauty part is I'm a quick study, always was. So I quickly learned I'll never do that. But anyway, welcome. And please show up at my 5-year anniversary. That would be very nice.
That would be. Yeah. Okay, because I'm looking forward to the trivia questions.
Questions are going to be fun. Steve and I have a few doozies out there.
Yeah. But we're going to see if they know too. So.
Well, that's the whole thing too. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, everybody. Just want to thank everybody for tuning in, and always be on the lookout for my content. Again, yes, I am a random channel, but just remember, random meaning I'm everywhere, no pun intended, or maybe in this case, maybe there is a pun. But what I have been putting out there content-wise in almost 3 years, we, whatever the case may be, has been That's not changing. I just want to add a little more spice over here, a little over there, a little over here. I just want to perk it up a little more. That's all I'm doing.
Yes, and I just want to throw in something about random channels. Okay, I've been doing this gig now 5 years, and I don't care what some quote experts say. There is nothing wrong with a random channel. I'll tell you why. Random channels are fun. You never know what you're going to get next.
No,
It keeps the people guessing. So you keep doing what you're doing. You
I
go.
will. Oh, and because, and I've had two subscribers tell me, keep doing what you're doing. And I replied back with these words. I said, with words and compliments like that, this is what encourages me to continue to do what I am doing.
Amen and amen. I hear you.
But before, you would see me put up a video Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Now I may do those days again, but it might be a little different. I might show up on a Wednesday. You might see me show up on a Friday. You might see me show up on a Sunday. Again, I want to make and take advantage more of the word random.
Absolutely. You continue to do your channel as you see fit.
I will. Oh, I am, and I will. You know.
There you go.
So,
Well, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
anytime, no problem. I really enjoy. You and I are kind of like
Peanut
an
butter and
Oreo.
jelly.
Well, that's one example. An Oreo cookie.
Oreo cookie.
You even though it's two of the same, Siskel and Ebert, but you get my point.
Well, the price is going up, so there you go.
All right. So be on the lookout for my content. Jan's anniversary show coming up on the 22nd. Be on the lookout for that. I'm glad everybody could stop by. Hope everybody has a great rest of whatever time of day it is that you've got. And we'll just see you back here next time, or I'll see you back here next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.